busy week. Obviously today it's a bit windy. Can't ride the trails. The trails are finished. I mean, I think the trails are finished for this year. We might add a couple of transfers, but there's other projects going on, namely this. So we've got trails on a nice still evening, got skate parks for the winter when everything outside fails, but on a day like today where it's a bit blustery but you still want to let rip outside, I always said I was going to build a mega pit bike track. Here is the beginning of a mega pit bike track, and I've roped in some help. My mates Liam and Craig are up there right now actually fixing a machine. This whole area, I mean, we had a pit bike track and it was just an overgrown rut track with 2 features, but look at all of this fresh dirt. Talking of which, by the way, today's video is sponsored by HelloFresh. We'll get to that in a minute as well. But this track, we've done it properly. Like, the sides have all been string-lined straight. This is a Supercross straight next to another Supercross straight. So in today's video, the priority is to get this section here running. Then there's going to be this equivalent over there, but that's way less prepared. Big jump in the middle. I mean, look at this berm. Proper 180 berm that was string-lined with a solid radius all the way around. I think it's 6 meters wide, this area. That's got a 3 meter radius berm. And all the pit bike tracks we've built before, the corners fit in like this space. Yeah. Don't they? Because, as you saw on the bikes we rode over, I want this track to work really well on the little 110s, like that KLX 110. But also, as you know, I got 3 Honda 125s, CRF 125s, which are bigger and they have a clutch. So they're going to be capable of bigger jumps. So on this track, we're going to build loads of really cool features like roller to table to roller, where on a slower bike you'd go roll, jump the table, roll. But on the 125, or if you're an absolute beast, you could step up onto the table, step down, you know? That's what's excited me most about pit bike tracks, is the options and the different styles of riding, racing. I mean, you and Jamie are going to die riding around this thing.
Well, yeah.
This is what Craig and Liam think is a fair sized table for a pit bike track. Bigger than, I mean, you have to jump that, don't you?
That's long. That's as long as that big jump you had over there, probably.
So this, yeah, true. I want to add another roller, so you can go roll, jump up onto that one, which I think we'll do. We're working with some serious gear here, some proper dry rocks that we're digging out, but it'll all shape up. We kind of need some rain. Here's my trusty old digger, which has been sat here for 4.5 days, because the track that always used to come off has finally given way. This poor antique is actually stuck in the way. So I've got new tracks coming tomorrow. Then we're going to use this one for shaping, the bigger one for moving. If you look that way, it does look like a pit bike track, and it's only the nuts and bolts of it have gone in. Then we've got a step down, and we're going to ride this in this video. I want to test it, make sure it works on the 125 and the 110. Big step down, which is going to go into a 90-degree left, and that's going to feed into the massive feature in the middle. The Nomad will go around here, no worries. Now over this side of the field is going to be a similar theme, but bigger jumps. And we've gone all out, to be honest. That's the least of your worries of the injuries you've got coming up in this field. I'm finally doing it, and I've got the best help ever to make it happen. Ever. Let's get this finished so you can see us ride it and see the finished product of those 2 epic straights. Actually, I feel a bit hungry. Well, thankfully, we have not wasted 1 minute on building that pit bike track, all these trails, because I've just signed up to HelloFresh, which is by far the most efficient way of prepping meals and eating that I've ever found. For me, the best thing is you don't have to go shopping. You can spend your day at home focusing on what you need to be getting on with, rather than walking around the shops with some endless list of ingredients that inevitably all end up in the bin. HelloFresh send the exact quantities and ingredients to your front door while you're working on stuff like this track. There's over 40 epic meals to choose from. Some you can choose that are high protein, low calories, whatever works for you. And last night we made buffalo loaded halloumi flatbreads that come with this recipe card. I mean, I made it and it actually did look like that. I didn't present it on a slate, but I was impressed. I felt like a chef. And someone does all the hard work for you. This recipe was broken down into just 6 steps. They talk about all the allergens, all the important information, what size to cut things up into, how long to leave stuff simmering. I do not know this stuff, and yet in 35 minutes I'd made a cracking looking meal that tasted amazing with no waste, and I didn't end up at the shops filling a trolley with rubbish. So we haven't been snacking, we've just been building. Now, if you want to sign up to HelloFresh, hit the link in my description and use code MattJones, or scan the QR code on your screen now. You'll get 60% off your first box and 25% off the next 2 boxes. That's a massive saving. It's a really cost-effective, really tasty way of meal planning that's actually really fun. Hello, fresh track. Look at this place. This field had like 4 ruts and 2 jumps in it. I never imagined it would become a track. Well, that's a lie. I never imagined the entire space would be saturated with track features, you know? All of the straights and all of the areas have been built up onto a pad. So you have a track. There's now not going to be the races that happen on grass where someone can go 20 foot off around the houses and get a run up for the next bit. The track is defined. It's so sick. I mean, there's digger driving and then there's the intricacy that Liam and Craig do. I thought I was excited about the trails. This is way sicker. The races, this is so trick.
Mate, it's huge.
That is not finished and not compact, but it's so nearly there. Like tomorrow, that'll probably be rideable.
That's Spine Volcano.
Yeah, it's called a stall wall. You have it in Supercross. You come like tearing down a straight, everyone, and then everyone has to brake real hard, then go up that and power down the back of it. So it's like a speed check thing. James Stewart once gapped one about 60 foot though. He didn't brake for it and just went to the sky. He's legend.
You could probably do that there.
We're well into full face territory now. So what we can session is, we could probably ride those waves. They're always going to be soft. Down there. Flat corner that's really like, they've used the loose stuff, which we had a discussion on. We didn't want it all to be Supercross. We kind of wanted elements of motocross. So this is going to rut up perfectly. On the anchors, little catch berm around the outside that's not very fast. Everyone else is going to be tearing in on the inside for T-bones. And then Supercross. I kind of want a car jump. I wonder if we could build a massive jump. Look at this too.
Now.
This was Liam's idea. On this straight of soft waves, they're kind of, I don't know if they're waves, whoops, rollers. I use the term waves because they're so mellow, so you don't have to like rattle your wrists and ankles to pieces. They put a big one because surely some lunatic is going to step down all the way to there. Look how big it is.
Oh mate, that's so long.
But motorbike.
Into that.
Someone will jump that. Maybe me. There's some big stuff on this, some big transfers, almost as big as the hype for these new trail jackets. But let's try it out. I'm going to start on the 125.
Yeah?
Yeah, boy.
Oh my god!
Oh, that'll be massive!
Oh, this already looks so much better than the other one. Whoa!
This is gonna be... Mate, you're gonna be gassed after a full lap. I didn't clear those jumps. I got scared. She's so annoying. How good's all this loose stuff?
And then you'll come round where you just did and carry on there and do a whole second lap basically of a different part.
Yeah, we need something on that straight, but then there's a whole nother, that's even more gnarly, but it's not finished.
But is the plan for it all to link together?
A complete track with
so it's like the Nürburgring of pit biking, surely?
Yeah, 6 lanes. But if you can get end to end in 10 seconds every time, you could do the whole thing in a minute. I got really excited because I felt kind of like good on the bike. And I didn't even clear everything. This will make a man of you.
Go on, clear him. Yeah!
Oh no!
Mate!
You could put a massive jump here. I didn't clear the step down again.
No.
It's quite lippy, I need to like man up. But then you ride off the hard pack into that loam and you can like put a leg out and just force the bike into catch berms and stuff. They've done an amazing job. The first person who jumps that step down in the wave section will shave 3 seconds off their lap. I'm breaking the whole way up to it, whereas there'll be someone that goes, oh, oh, is that lunch?
Croque monsieur! Oh my god. Merci, Gemma.
Let's get this step down. That is on!
Yes!
I'm taking that! Let's ride the mini bike.
standing on top of everything.
My confidence has grown too much from riding the 125s. It's a very different beast on this, but it might be like a set of trails where the challenge is to actually get through, you know, and to jump everything on this will be a true victory. It's definitely on.
Oh my god.
Wow, this track's gonna be exhausting, but it's so sick, isn't it? I was a bit like stallion up in the air. These are where the true fun is gonna happen racing, I think. And actually, that's gonna be a whole different ball game. I mean, yeah, we've got a pit bike, Supercross, motocross track, and trails and a skate park. The Helfarm's going off. Farm life, man, this is mega. Shout out to Craig and Liam for their insane digger driving skills and pit bike intellect, knowing about features, shapes and sizes. And shout out to HelloFresh for sponsoring the video. Hit the link in my description if you want to sign up for some epic meals. Legends.